Most of the viewers that are watching my video haven't subscribed yet. Look at the percentage, 98.7 kind of percentage. It's huge. And also, you should subscribe and like my videos because you could see more number of amazing contents that I'm gonna post more on this channel, like these type of videos that I'm posting about Pokemon Legends ZA and much more gameplays. If you want to watch more, be sure to support me, and the support has been really amazing. Thank you for that, and let's jump into the video. Pokemon Legends ZA has been the very hot topic that has been going ever since the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The fans' reaction, the presentation that has been going very amazing. But there are only two main reasons that why this game is going wildfire. It is a generation like most of the fans like us, where in our teenage days started playing these games. Pokemon X and Y came in back in 2013, and looking back into the retrospective side of it, it is a really special game, mainly because it's the first ever game that gave us the 3D experience that we fans wanted the most, and the introduction to a new type that is still one of the best typings that Pokemon ever did, which is the fairy type. But that's not the only thing they introduced us. It was the pinnacle era for Pokemon to start introducing gimmicks into the game, and this game introduced Mega Evolution. It is the seed that started to grow into the Pokemon's gaming history and start the trend of showing gimmicks in each and every generation. Like Generation 7 gave us Z Crystals and Z Moves, Gen 8 is the Dynamax, and of course Gen 9 is the Terrestrialization. And still, to this day, I think, and many people think, that this is the best ever gimmick that Pokemon has ever done. It was so great, they started to release remake of Hoenn games of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which had Mega Evolution in its story. The next generations they released, which is Sun and Moon, which introduced new gimmick, which is the Z Crystals. Even beyond that, after you complete the game, you get Mega Evolution Quest. And right after that, they started releasing Let's Go, which add Mega Evolutions. You could see how much important it is in the Pokemon community and the franchise. And we all know that Legends ZA will give us the Mega Evolution back ever since the announcement they did. You will have the questions. Will we have new Pokemon Mega Evolutions though? Well, let's just say rumors and leaks can't be contained by some amazing people. Leaks on Legends ZA from 4chan to X circulated that there will be officially 26 Mega Evolutions, new Mega Evolutions in Pokemon Legends ZA. You could see in this list that I'm showing in the screen right now, it is a really solid one. With most of the choices, I think they are looking very great. Some of them are questionable, some of them are really doubtful. But one Pokemon struck into my eye, and I didn't expect, well, this Pokemon getting a Mega Evolution. Mega Eternal Floette. Yes, AZ's Floette is getting a Mega Evolution. But why though? Why a middle stage evolution getting a Mega Evolution? I kinda get the sense of why it's getting, because it is AZ's Floette, a very powerful version of Floette with the base stat total of 551, and it also possesses the unique Fairy type move, and it can be only learned by Floette, which is Lighter Fluent, a whopping 140 base power attack. Even with all the consideration that I told you about right now. But still, what's the reason behind this? Why not Xerneas or Yveltal? I'm sorry, Yveltal. We getting a leak that Zygarde will get a Mega Evolution, and why not these legendaries in this game? Maybe it's not important in this game? Maybe it's rolling out on the story where AZ's Floette and Zygarde do something in Pokemon Legends CA story. And I think I have a theory on why AZ's Floette gets a Mega Evolution and revealing its deepest, darkest secret. In order to understand this theory that I'm going to decipher with you guys, let's first understand AZ's Floette's lore in Pokemon X and Y, and Legend ZA and understand its importance in the Kalos history. Back in 3000 years ago of Kalos started warring with other regions, AZ took part in this battle, who lost his Pokemon which he dared the most in the battle, his Floette. Its bruises were so severe that he couldn't save it from the brink of the death. He mourned his death and decided to revive it with the help of a machine he built. Just like he hoped, he revived Floette, and tears of joy was full on AZ. But the Kalos War continued. AZ was disgusted and despised by the war and decided to end the war by himself with the power of the machine. He saved his Floette, which he later called it as the ultimate weapon. He blasted a tectonic shattering beam into the sky and crushes the land of Kalos, ending the war with ending all lives and Pokemons were on the battlefield. Seeing this monstrous side of AZ, Floette was not happy. Her instincts told that the man she cared for him is not him anymore, and also with the realization that the revival of its life took many Pokemon's energy to execute, Floette flew away. Far away it goes with AZ, who had joy tears before, flooded with stream of sadness, both inside and outside. So after hearing the story of AZ and his Floette, you could have think that this is like a very sad story, but it is one of the most crucial events that happened in Kalos history because it gave birth to Mega Evolution. Let me explain. Professor Sycamore from the games and the anime suggests that the Mega Evolution phenomenon started when the ultimate weapon started blasted into the sky and crashed into Kalos 3000 years ago, and the energy that emitted from the ultimate weapon gave birth to Mega Evolution, which was his theory. The Mega Stones that is still found in the Kalos region are the condensed form that emitted from the ultimate weapon. So, this theory confirms that the ultimate weapon was the primary source for Mega Evolution in Kalos. But there is a plot hole. Why every Pokemon in Kalos can't Mega Evolve? So far, the official Mega Evolution list that we have right now is 48 Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. But besides this, why other Pokemon can't Mega Evolve? Well, the reason that I'm thinking is Game Freak did not think of more than 48 design. If we want to talk about in lore, I think I have a reason. The reason I'm thinking behind this is Kalos is still searching for the Mega Stones. If you see in Pokemon games of X and Y, you have to find Mega Stones sometimes hidden in the ground in specific times and specific locations. Many people in Kalos would not know this information, and we know it because we are the main character playing. But besides that, many people wouldn't know this at all. So maybe Kalos people are still finding the Mega Stones for other Pokemon to evolve besides the 48. And Legend ZA is taking place after the events of X and Y, so there might be a possibility on explaining that Kalos people is still discovering on Mega Stones for other Pokemons, and these 26 Pokemon's Mega Stones have been discovered. So that's why these new Mega Evolutions are available in Legend ZA and can Mega Evolve. So the lore concept that I just said might be kinda okay to take, but there is a Pokemon out of the 48 Pokemons to Mega Evolve that mismatches this information. Rayquaza. Rayquaza is the only Pokemon in the official Mega Evolution chart that can Mega Evolve without a Mega Stone. And most importantly, it is a Hoenn-based Pokemon. However, Hoenn region Pokemon can Mega Evolve without a Mega Stone. There might be a reason on Kalos merchants going into Hoenn and selling all the Mega Stones into the Hoenn region, which is why Auras as Mega Evolution, which is a separate topic. But this green kaiju lizard doesn't need one. In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, after you complete the Delta quest in the post game, you can interact this scientist who is specifically located in Demon Corporation, who is on at the CEO level. So, if you interact to him, he will explain to you in detail on how Mega Rayquaza gets its Mega Evolution without getting reacted with the Megastone. He starts to explaining that it appears that the organ resides inside Rayquaza's body, bears the same power as a Megastone. He believes that when Rayquaza usually inhabits the stratosphere, it prompts to consume all small meteorites that fall into the atmosphere. It merges with Rayquaza's energy and creates a similar energy to Megastone. And he explains it can undergo its Mega Evolution, manifesting huge power that can repel both Groudon and Kyogre in its primal form. Furthermore, in the conversation, he says that he can Mega Evolve by reacting with the Keystones on trainers nearby without any Mega Stone on its side. It can just Mega Evolution anytime it wants. So based on the conversation, we can safely say that Rayquaza can Mega Evolve with the help of an organ in its body system, and after eating a meteorite in space, it can get the Mega Energy enough to get a Mega Evolution. Right? Well, if you think you're right, and I'm saying this because you're not listen to the conversation. Remember the scientist who explains this Mega Evolution phenomenon on Rayquaza. He didn't confirm this. He believes that this might be the possibility on why it gets the Mega Evolution. So I'm 100% sure he's not right about it. Or is he though? See, he was really right about one thing about Rayquaza, which is it's eating meteorites in space to get itself energy, or should I say, getting its dinner. And also the next entry said about it. But condensing the energy from the meteorites it eats, and the micro organ transfers all this energy into Mega Evolution energy. I think this rumor is false, and I believe this energy of Mega Evolution that Rayquaza got was from the ultimate weapon. Hear me out. Rayquaza is not just a home-based Pokemon. It also revolves around space with its Mach 15 or Mach 1520 kind of speed, maybe. What if, when it was roaming around 3000 years ago around the skies of Kalos, when the ultimate weapon got released into the space, Rayquaza saw this opportunity and ate some of the energy that the ultimate weapon released, and after replenishing the hunger it had, it also gained the ability to get Mega Evolution. That's why maybe Rayquaza might be the first ever Pokemon to get Mega Evolution and then can Mega Evolve by itself. But is it the only Pokemon though? You see, Rayquaza wasn't the only Pokemon who got affected by the ultimate weapon's energy. AZ's Floette as well. Remember that AZ's Floette got revived by the same ultimate weapon's energy, which led to its eternal Floette form, the same energy that Rayquaza took. So, if my theory matches, AZ's Floette can Mega Evolve by itself without any Mega Evolution stones needed. And Pokemon Legends ZA is the perfect area and the perfect game to showcase it. But, you may ask me, is this a secret that I was telling about? No, the secret that I was gonna talk about on AZ's Floette is that AZ's Floette when Mega Evolves, it is not the same Floette he cared about. Mega Evolution's League of Pokemon Legends ZA didn't come with just names. It also came with the descriptions of how they look. So, if you look into AZ's Floette's Mega Evolution description on how it looks like, it says like this. It describes that the flower gets much bigger and its lower body tail gets curled up and becomes the stem of the huge flower, which has thin loops and hollow pods. So, the immediate reaction for me was, what the f***? It literally describes what a dead flower would look like if it gets invaded by a freaking parasite. But that description also gave me an idea and a theory behind the mystery of AZ's Floette when it Mega Evolve. So, in Legends ZA, when AZ is supposed to Mega Evolve Floette through the storyline of ZA, It doesn't behave like the same Floette he liked. Its activity changed, its power changed, its power surges out so much that it looks really familiar to the ultimate weapon itself. The power the AZ used to revive Floette in the first place. Seems like the Floette doesn't look happy at all from the description. And because of the inappropriate body structure in the description it shows, what if I say that this Floette, when it Mega Evolves, it's not even a Floette at all? What if it is a parasite? Back in like October 2024, remember the time where many early concept leaks of Gen 6 and Gen 5 came? And one of the leaks, I think, really matches this one. See this art on the screen. This concept was made on September 30th, 2010, which also indicates that this was a really early concept stages for Gen 6. In this picture, we see a very odd creature with demon fangs and ropes surrounding it, basically looking like a freaking mole or something. So, through the translations by the leakers, it says that it shimmers in red, a virus or a microbe. The monster becomes strengthened by the virus, uncontrollably powerful. However, it is not the monster that controls the virus, it is the virus that taketh over the monster. The monster is nothing more than just a vehicle for the virus now. The ultimate weapon's enemy? Ends with a question mark. So the art says this virus with the odd shape controls a monster, which is Pokemon in Japanese, just as a vehicle, like a powerhouse to keep it safe, which is really similar on how parasites control species by intaking their mind and consciousness. Furthermore, on this analysis, we get deep into the lore that this Pokemon, this monster, this virus inhabitor was Zygote, and when Zygote was infected by this virus or a parasite, gets control all over Zygote's body and causes destruction all over Kalos. So what if I say that this dude gets invaded into Floette's body when it Mega Evolves? Why not? Just imagine. Floette was the nearest Pokemon when this ultimate weapon got blasted, and it's also the Pokemon gets revived because of the ultimate weapon's energy. So, this virus, or the parasite, I'm gonna call it the parasite, just took the opportunity and passed this consciousness and the body into Floette's mind, and seeks into Floette's consciousness slow and steady like a slow poison. And this theory that I'm talking about also enhances a little bit with Floette's hidden ability, symbiosis, which in real life is a literal definition of a parasitic invasion. And with the theory, before AZ's Floette gets died in the battle, its ability would have been symbiosis. And after died in the battle and revived by the ultimate weapon's energy, it gains the ability Flower Will. Because in the games, if you try to hack the game of Pokemon X and Y, the ability of the Eternal Floette of AZ's Floette gets the ability Flower Will. So if we take the idea that the virus that invaded Floette's body masks itself with a fake ability that other Floettes have, and when Mega evolves, it regains the symbiosis ability, revealing Mega Floette is a parasite. And I believe in the story of the ZA, Floette might evolve itself like Rayquaza, but the trigger of Mega evolving is done by the parasite, revealing his symbiosis ability, leading to his obnoxious appearance of a Floette with the virus taking over the body. Floette will go on a rampage on the city and the streets of Lumiose, causing chaos throughout the body of Floette, which quote-unquote despises chaos and battles the legendary Pokemon that defends the ecosystem in its mega form that is gonna get in this game, which is Zygote. So, I can now confidently quote-unquote that this is a secret behind Mega Floette.